Well, first we have to start off and ask where our actual domain and sphere of influence resides. Where do we actually have rights? Where do we actually have the potential for power? What might be the most efficient and effective investment of our time and energy and the best usage of our resources? Well, the answer to those questions would be obviously our own life, our own conduct, our own actions, our own relationships, because these are fundamentally how we relate to the larger world on a small scale, and the only places that we really have a lot of really tangible influence. And it's also like, if we don't tend to our own garden first, how can we really go out into the world and tell other people what to do? And how can we really give what we don't have for ourselves? And how can we offer insight and value to the world if we haven't cultivated and developed those things within ourselves? Which that actually takes time and energy and investment and effort. It's not something we just necessarily can gain so easily from consuming things from the world at large. Which we're probably labeling as being imbalanced or messed up in some way. So how can we really trust that thing that we are labeling as wrong to feed us the quote right answers? So how we do these things is really actually quite simple. Obviously in theory and practice it's a much different thing, but it's something we can actually take hold of and taste and chew and experience in our own lives. And really we have to understand first how we connect with people physically, let's say emotionally, mentally, and that's generally the common ways which we might connect with someone. So the sense of being objectified would be only being seen in a purely physical way or as a physical object or as kind of like a pawn on someone's chessboard or just co-opted into someone else's agenda or ideas of us. So how we can avoid that is first look at our own selves and develop our own mental intelligence and also our own emotional intelligence, and especially the emotional intelligence, because that's a really, really important one. Because obviously it's natural to desire someone physically. It's natural if you're, especially in a romantic sense, you should want to be intimate with that person and have a pull towards them, obviously. Yet, if we don't have any real emotional depth, if we don't have any real emotional intelligence, and we've never invested that time and energy in ourselves, and that is also true of, let's say, our mental sphere, meaning we're not really able to carry on deep, thoughtful conversations. We're not able to see a variety of perspectives. We're not able to really engage someone and connect with someone and stimulate someone on that level. So then if all those two things are gone, meaning can't really connect emotionally because we never developed the intelligence there, can't really connect mentally because we never really developed that, then really what's left? Well, pretty much what is just the most tangible and the most obvious and sort of the default, and the kind of what we might say a lower type of functioning for humans, which is a pure physicality. So really, it's that simple. And if we start to develop our emotional intelligence, our mental faculties, and our abilities to actually connect and engage with people in a meaningful way, in something that goes below or goes deeper than just a shallow, superficial way, if we start doing that and then we find ourselves in a situation where we meet someone where they can't go there, then we just say, sorry, this isn't going to work out, I'm out of here, goodbye. Or this isn't the type of relationship for me, best of luck. And then in that way, we're actually taking the power back within our own life and really empowering ourselves in a literal sense. So then we actually have something we can give and share to the world, and we're not just sort of repeating something that we heard, or we're not just responding angrily or out of bitterness, which is too often, I think, the common go-to in the common sort of conversation about things.